Hello, I'm Anissa Batiste, Associate Director of the Thusian Institute for Religious Liberty, Incorporated, of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is a non-profit, non-governmental human rights education services provider with a special emphasis on the right to religious liberty or liberty of conscience. Today, I wish to begin a series of talks with you on what has become known as coronavirus vaccines. I need to share some important facts with you. Fact number one, it is not a vaccine. That's right, coronavirus vaccines are not vaccines. Globally, governments have been telling their people they need to take these vaccines. Some have even mandated them, and some have been tricking their people into being forced to take these jabs. But they are not vaccines. These governments have claimed that if you take them, you will be spared from getting infected with coronavirus. Some, and in fact, most today, are saying that even if it doesn't stop you from getting the virus, you will at least be spared from serious illness, hospitalization, and death. They've claimed that it will give you individual immunity and that if a sufficient number of persons in the population take the jab, they will help to create herd immunity. They say it will stop transmission or spread, and as such, we will return to normalcy. None of these things are true. Nothing could be further from the truth, my dear people. You see, the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention of the United States of America, show us the legal definitions of vaccine and immunity. And when you hear these, you would realize coronavirus vaccine is not a vaccine. I quote, vaccines and immunizations. Immunization, the basics. Definition of terms. You can find these on the CDC's website. I quote, vaccine, a product that stimulates a person's immune system to produce immunity to a specific disease, protecting the person from that disease. Immunity, protection from an infectious disease. If you are immune to a disease, you can be exposed to it without becoming infected. End of quote. Clearly, the legal definition of a vaccine shows that it protects you from becoming infected with the disease, not protect you from serious illness, death, hospitalization. It must protect you from infection with the disease against which you've been vaccinated. Also, vaccines produce immunity. And immunity is defined as a situation where if you're immune, you can be exposed to the illness and not get sick without becoming infected. We know that the manufacturers of these jabs have clearly admitted that when they designed them, they did not design them with the intent to prevent infection. They only promised that you may be spared from serious illness. Well, the reality today shows us that this is not even true. If you look at America, the United Kingdom, places like the Seychelles and Israel, you'd observe a high number of breakthrough cases. What's a breakthrough case? Well, if an individual has had both vaccines in the case of a 2-dose vaccine, as they call them, or in the case of a 1-dose vaccine, they've had that, and the 2 weeks after vaccination have passed, and they still get infected with coronavirus, then that person is a breakthrough case. And I can assure you that this has been happening. In fact, by May 1st, 2021, the CDC in America indicated that they had recorded over 10,000 breakthrough cases. Yes, my dear people. And among these 10,000, over 10,000 cases, there were hundreds of hospitalizations and deaths. You see, my dear people, it's not working because it's not a vaccine. The same thing happened in Israel, Seychelles, UK, and these are among the most vaccinated populations in the world. Clearly, they have been deceiving us. But you don't have to take my word for it. Let me quote for you Dr. David Martin. He, at a forum called Focus on Fauci, on January 5th, 2021, he had these things to say. Pay attention. I quote, "Let's make sure we are clear. This is not a vaccine. They are using the term vaccine to sneak this thing under public health exemptions. This is not a vaccine. It is a medical device designed to stimulate the human cell into becoming a pathogen creator. It is not a vaccine. Vaccines actually are a legally defined term under public health law. They are a legally defined term under CDC and FDA standards. And the vaccine specifically has to stimulate both the immunity within the person receiving it, and it also has to disrupt transmission. This is a mechanical device in the form of a very small package of technology that is being inserted into the human system to activate the cell to become a pathogen manufacturing site. It is a chemical pathogen device that is actually meant to unleash a chemical pathogen production action within a cell. It is not a vaccine. It is made to make you sick. You are getting injected with a chemical substance to induce illness, not to induce an immunotransmissive response. In other words, nothing about this is going to stop you from transmitting anything. This is about getting you sick and having your own cells be the thing that get you sick. End of quote. Do not buy the propaganda. Do not fall prey to their lies. Do not bow to the false advertising that they've engaged in. Know the facts. Coronavirus vaccine is not a vaccine. It cannot produce immunity in you. It cannot produce herd immunity. It will not take us back to normalcy because it is not a vaccine. For more information, join our Telegram channel, Thusia SDA Global Sentinel. And until next time, I'm Anissa Batiste. Amen.